Thank you for plugging into this Family Life News podcast, streaming issues-driven, family-focused news.
This is Family Life Hometowns, a chance to get to know the stories behind the cities, towns, villages, and burgs that make up the Family Life listening area. We take a look at their history and learn what makes them special. Today, we spotlight Oneida County, New York. They say real estate is all about location, and Oneida County on the northeastern border of the listing area definitely has that going for it. The Y-shaped county in upstate's midpoint encompasses half of Oneida Lake to the west, Rome, New York at its center, and Utica to the east. Ironically, it does not include the city of Oneida, which lies just over the western border in Madison County. It owes its name to the Oneida Indian Nation, which allied itself early on with the fledgling United States. Rebecca McLain is Executive Director of the Oneida County History Center.
The Oneida were one of the only indigenous groups allied with the Patriots and fought along our side. We had the Battle of Oriskany here. There's Fort Stanwix, which at one time was also called Fort Schuyler. There was a battle, but a lot of it has to do with our geography, our locations, the natural waterways that were originally travel routes. Everybody wanted access to these. I mean, it's much larger than that, but here at least locally, we were an advantageous place geographically. Many new nations coming into the area wanted this territory.
A big key in Oneida County history was the building of the Erie Canal, which turned the county into a melting pot.
The big kind of turning point for not just Oneida County, but much of New York State would be the construction of the Erie Canal, and obviously people were moving here before that. Beyond the indigenous people, some early settlers here would have been the English and the Dutch. Welsh and German populations came in. After that, we get a lot of Irish and Italian immigrants as we move on, Lebanese. So we really are a place built up by newcomers. But the Erie Canal, really, the construction of that just brought a ton of new people to the area, not just to build it, but you think of the commerce along the way and all the pieces needed to build that, and then its expansion. And really that kind of, again, follows some natural waterways, and later advancements in transportation followed similar routes. Erie Canal is really big, not just for Oneida County history, but New York State. It opened up the West.
One interesting historical footnote comes in the form of John Humphrey Noyes. He founded a company you've probably heard of as part of a controversial community you probably haven't heard of.
They were this utopian community. They practiced communal marriage, so everyone was married to everyone. I don't think that went over very well with the locals. They were very progressive in many different ways. Anybody could work any job they wanted. They just wanted people to be happy. They were prosperous financially in the area, so one way they're able to succeed, I think everybody probably has heard of Oneida Silverware or Oneida Flatware. They were the original owners of that company, which outlasted the community over a century. Noyes was a complicated man, but I think he did get run out of the community, and eventually the community fails.
While Noyes' experiment petered out, Oneida Silverware and Oneida County did not. And a big part of that more modern-day success has been the Oneida Indian Nation.
They absolutely still live in the area. Well, I guess everybody probably knows the casino. There's a Turning Stone. There's Vernon Downs. They own a number of gas stations, so I think they are one of the largest employers in the county. I think there's always been an effort to maintain their cultural heritage and kind of keep that alive. Keep seeing more and more a resurgence and partnerships with other community organizations like the Munson Williams Art Museum and us to kind of spread that heritage and their culture with the surrounding community, and I'm pretty sure they're building a new cultural center.
McLain says the Oneida County of today has a lot to offer, history and more.
There's a ton of great things to do here. We are very lucky here. We have as much connection to state and national history as any other place. We mentioned the Erie Canal. The first shovelful was dug here. The first section of it was completed here. We had a huge textile industry here in the late 1800s and early 1900s, other manufacturing, railroads. There's a lot of famous individuals from here. inventors and such like that. We're lucky to live in a place that we do. And today, I think it's great. It's a nice community. It is a city, but it still feels like a small town. You get the perks of a city, but the benefits of a small town. So very friendly, a lot of good non-chain restaurants, still some mom-and-pop restaurants. We have a world-class art museum, and Utica itself is trying to revive downtown. So we just had the Nexus Center was just built, and there's a new hospital going up. So I think our future here looks very promising.
You've been listening to Family Life Hometowns, a look at the cities, towns, villages, and burgs that make up the Family Life listening area. Please join us again next time for another edition of Family Life Hometowns.